So, today we're going to dive into something really important: why your inner world might not always line up with what society expects when it comes to desire, and why that is absolutely, completely normal. We're going to explore the biology behind what some call a quiet desire and hopefully give you a whole new way to understand your own nature. Let's get right into it. Right out of the gate, I want to start with this quote because it's pretty much the most important message of this whole explainer. Let this sink in for a second. What you're feeling is not a problem that needs fixing. It's just a nature that needs to be understood. Okay, so let's build on that foundation. First things first, we have to get one crucial idea straight. This experience is just a normal, valid part of the huge, amazing spectrum of what it means to be human. It's really as simple as it sounds. For some people, having a quieter, less sex-focused nature isn't something that developed over time. It's just been there from the start. This isn't some kind of deficiency. It's a recognized, totally valid variation in how we're wired. And this consistency is key, right? If you look back, you can probably see this has been a steady thread running through your whole life. You probably noticed it in your teens. It shaped how you see the world and how you connect with other people. And that consistency, that's the proof. It confirms this is your baseline, your default setting, not the result of something that happened to you. It's just you. Okay, so if this is just your nature, then what's with those moments where certain thoughts or urges pop up that feel, well, completely out of left field? That brings us to the why. We've got to look at what your brain's fundamental priorities really are. You can basically think of it like two different operating systems. A lot of the world runs on a dopamine-driven system, right? It's all about seeking rewards, novelty, new things. But that's not everyone. Your nervous system might be running on a whole different set of priorities. Things like safety, calm, meaning, and stability. And that's a really core difference. So when one of those sudden, maybe aggressive or sexual thoughts just appears out of nowhere, it can feel really jarring, intrusive. You might think, whoa, where did that come from? That's not me. And you know what? That feeling is 100% accurate because those thoughts aren't coming from your core personality, which, as we just saw, is oriented toward a completely different set of values. And this right here, this is the real game changer. This is the core idea that can shift everything for you. It's all about learning to see these thoughts for what they truly are, not wants, but signals. So if they're not coming from your core self and they really don't feel like you, then what in the world are they? Where are they even coming from? And here it is, the answer. These thoughts are just byproducts of your body's stress response. Think of it like biochemical noise. This is so important. They are signals from your body, not wants from your mind. And realizing that can change everything. Let's just give this a name, shall we? Biochemical noise. I love that term because thinking of it that way helps you create some healthy distance. It's not an expression of who you are, it's just a temporary chemical event happening in your body. It's like how a growling stomach isn't your personality, it's just a signal that you're hungry. Same idea. Okay, so I know what you might be thinking. Biochemical noise sounds interesting, but how does that actually work? Well, let's get into the biology. We're going to demystify this whole process and show you the clear, predictable chain reaction happening inside you that creates this noise. All right, let's walk through this step by step. It all kicks off with something super subtle, like a tiny dip in your thyroid signaling. Then, as you can see, your body tries to help out by compensating with a little shot of adrenaline and androgens. And that creates a feeling of irritability, maybe some aggressive energy. Now, here's the wild part. Your brain takes that raw, undirected energy and just interprets it as sexual imagery. But check this out. As soon as you give your body some gentle support, that signal shuts right off. And just like that, peace and neutrality come back. The fact that this sequence is so predictable that you can literally watch the signal turn on and then turn off, that's everything. That is all the proof you need that these thoughts are not some deep, hidden part of your identity. They are just a temporary and totally manageable biological signal. So, okay, we have this new understanding. Now what? What do we actually do with this information? Well, that brings us to our final section, a path forward that's all about relating to your body's signals with kindness instead of fear or confusion. And you know what? The new game plan is actually incredibly simple. When these signals pop up, the goal is to stop analyzing them. Don't try to figure out what they mean. Instead, see them for what they are, a little dashboard light. Your body is just saying, hey, I'm a little stressed out, or hey, I need some fuel. The right response isn't deep psychoanalysis, it's just gentle care. Food, warmth, rest, whatever helps your system feel safe and balanced again. I really want this to sink in. Having a nervous system that's oriented toward calm and meaning is not a flaw, it's just a different wiring. You are not repressed, you are not broken, you are simply built for a different kind of life. And this is the final thought to hold on to. That feeling of peace, that calm, that deep sigh of relief you feel when the biochemical noise finally fades away, that sense of, this feels like me again, that is your truth. That quiet, stable place, that's your home base. Trust that feeling. It's who you really are.